Good evening, students. Today we will discuss about joint treatment of raw industrial waste with domestic sewage. So, what is this joint treatment? What is its advantages and what are the disadvantages and how far it can be achieved? Everything we will discuss in this session. Before to go with this, first we will know what is the need for this joint treatment. See, in earlier cases, we have less number of industries, so automatically the pollution that is led to the stream is also less. But in the increase in the industrial growth, the stream pollution is also increased. So we have strict abatement and strict rules to monitor the stream pollution. So, and we also have an interest to maintain the stream in its natural characteristics. So, this increased interest in stream pollution abatement is the main reason for this joint treatment. And second one, earlier we had only few industries, and we could see in this new era we have a phenomenal growth of industries. So that also leads to a major water pollution to that of that is rent into that of your streams. And apart from that, the industry also they are started trapping these natural resources for its manufacturing processes. So there is an increase in demand for water. So these are all the reasons why we want to go for joint treatment. So, what are the alternatives we have with that municipalities when we go with joint treatment? See, actually, joint treatment has to be done along with that of the industry, with that of your municipalities. So, these municipalities they have the authority either to exclude all the industrial waste, that is, they will not include any of the industrial waste among its waste treatment process, that is, your STP, sewage treatment plant. Or it can accept the industrial waste after the pre-treatment of the industrial waste by the industry at the source. After that, it can accept the industrial waste, or otherwise it can accept all the industrial waste. That depends upon that municipalities, and it can also accept the waste which are harmful to the treatment plant. So those industries or those waste alone it will be accepted, while the other rest of the waste which are not posing any harmness to that of the sewage treatment plant can be accepted by the municipality. So these are the various alternatives the municipalities has with in regard to that of a joint treatment plant. So, what are the alternatives that is with industries when you think about joint treatment? See, these industries they can discharge into the municipal sewage plant, and after treatment it can be discharged to the stream. That is the first option that they have. Otherwise, industrial waste treatment plant they can have within that they can treat it as it is required by the municipality. Some pre-treatment has to be given. So, it can have an industrial waste treatment plant, it can treat it, and then it can dispose it to the municipal plant out of the stream. And otherwise, what it can do, the industries can directly discharge into the stream after the careful study of the stream as well as wastewater characteristics. See, usually the stream has a self-purification capacity. That means after a specific period of time, even if we discharge the pollution into the stream, if it is that too of running water, it can come back to its original conditions. That is called as self-purification of the stream. So that occurs naturally. So this is the nature of the stream to get back to its original condition. So by carefully studying the stream capacity as well as its nature to come back to its original condition, that is self purification capacity, as well as quality of water in the stream, as well as what is the quality of the wastewater that is being discharged into the stream, and what is the quantity of the wastewater that is discharged into the stream. After this careful study, and if there is not much harmness or much pollution to that of the stream, then those industries can directly discharge the wastewater into the stream. So these are the various options the industries have in related with that of a joint treatment plant. So this could be picturized here. See the plant, either it can give the wastewater to the municipal sewage treatment plant, and after treated it can send to the stream. Otherwise, the plant can have an industrial wastewater treatment plant or waste treatment plant where it can treat its waste, then it can send directly to the stream, or it can send to the municipal sewage treatment plant where it is further treated and it can can be sent to the stream, or the plant if doesn't possesses any pollution wastewater, that is wastewater that does not contain any major pollutant, it can directly discharge into the stream. So these are the various alternatives a plant or the municipal sewage treatment plant they have, whether and they can, based upon this they can decide whether to join with the joint treatment plant or not. So what is the advantages of joint ventures? So what is the advantages when when this industrial waste are combined with that of the sewage treatment plant, that is the wastewater from that of your municipal areas. So when we have this joint ventures, we will be having only one treatment plant, so which is comprising of your municipal wastewater as well as a particular industry wastewater. So in that case, we will require only one chief operator which will be able to manage the entire plant, and construction cost is less since we are having only one plant, or automatically the operating cost is also less, because when two effluents or effluent as well as this municipal wastewater is get combined, there are many chances of neutralizing, and other chemical cost is also reduced, so operating cost will also be get less, and it will be the responsibility with the specific owner, so easy monitoring as well as easy adherence to that of your pollution control standards can be done. And there will be an increase in the cooperative spirit between the industry and the town, and it also increases the industry responsibility, so that it will not discharge harmful substances or toxic substances in the wastewater or any other heavy pollutant materials which will damage this sewage treatment plant. So that increase in the responsibility of the industries will also be increased, and automatically the industry will have a cooperative spirit along with it of your municipal corporation. And bacteria and industrial waste, further it enhances the municipal treatment, because in municipal treatment also we have biological treatment facilities like trickling filter, activated sludge process, etc. So in that case, the bacteria what has been present in the effluent of the industrial waste, it will be, when it gets discharged into that of the municipal treatment plant, it will increases the process and it will speed up as well as it will increase the efficiency of the treatment. So that's why these are the various advantages of a joint venture. And apart from that, since this is joint venture, we can have only less number of people is required, and those people we can have as well trained people, and elimination of mismanagement and negligence by the industry or by the municipality, that can be get reduced. And further, very important thing, if we have a individual effluent treatment plant by the industry, they don't have any funding from any of the state or federal aid. But if it is combined with that of your municipalities, that is in your joint venture, in this case municipalities they can apply for state as well as federal aid for construction, so which is not possible, as I said, for industry it is not possible. So that is also a good advantage of this joint venture. But we have certain problems or disadvantages in this joint venture. So these problems are, first one is influent characteristics. The influent characteristics means the effluent that is coming from the industry. So that has to be with specific standards before it is sent to that of the joint treatment plant. Otherwise it will affect the sewage treatment plant of the municipality. And if there is rapid change in the environmental conditions, or a sudden runoff characteristics, or sudden increase in the municipal wastewater, or the sudden increase in industrial wastewater, anything will be affecting this entire treatment plant. And we should also ensure ample chemical dosage for coagulation, because the nature of this industrial effluents will vary depending upon the raw materials and other manufacturing processes. So we should always ensure that ample chemical dosage is given for coagulation. And we also should ensure adequate chlorination also to be given, so that it will kill harmful bacteria before discharging the effluent to the stream. So these are the problems, but by careful monitoring and by carefully adhering to the rules and regulations, we will be able to overcome these problems in the joint treatment. So how does the waste mixture should be there? So this is the characterization of the waste mixture. So the waste mixture, it should be of homogeneous mixture, and it should be of uniform in flow rate, and it should not contain excessive suspended matter or excessive acidity or alkalinity. Everything will affect the treatment plant, and it should be free from antiseptic materials and trace metals, and very specifically it should be low in carbohydrates, sugars, starch and cellulose, because if they has this the substances which leads to the high BOD content. So when this high BOD is increased and when it is sent to that of your treatment plant, already the municipal treatment plant is designed to treat organic loading rate of certain quality. So in that case what happens is this higher BOD content will affect this municipal treatment biological treatment systems. So in that case we should see the lower characteristics or lower substances of carbohydrate, sugar and starch, so that the BOD will also be get reduced and it will not affect the treatment process. And we should also see the oil and grease content in this industrial process should be low, because this will also affect the sewage treatment plant when it is going for joint treatment. So this is a typical diagram of your combined treatment plant. We could see the town sewage as well as a particular industrial waste is combined together and it is sent to the boss crane. Then it is passed to the grid chamber. We know all these purposes. So after grid chamber, it is taken to the parcel flume as well as pumps. Then it is taken to the equalization tank. Then it is taken to the acid feeder where neutralization is also being given. Then it is taken to the biological treatment facilities like trickling filters along with that of the some coagulation, and it is sent to that of the secondary settling tank. Okay, then finally it is taken to that of the sludge conditioning tank as well as the vacuum filter. So this is the joint treatment. When you see this, much of your sewage treatment process is not altered. Okay, the same, almost the same of the sewage treatment plant is there. Only thing here we have an additional of equalization tank so that it will equalize the flow as well as a few of the characteristics like pH, stability, etc. So it will not affect any of the further biological treatment process. And there are possibility of recirculation also. So this are the schematic diagram for the combined treatment plant that shows that much cost is not required to have a separate treatment plant for the mill. But here we have to ensure that the mill waste should not contain any toxic substances or harmful substances which will harm this entire treatment system, as well as it should not have high sudden shock loading. So that will also affect, though we have equalization tank, everything has to be given in terms of proportion with that of your town sewage. So what are the factors we have to consider for this joint treatment? First one is industrial use of municipal sewage plants. So what is use of that? And we have to create a municipal ordinance. Municipal ordinance is a municipal regulations or a manual which will be creating some set of rules which has to be followed by the industries. And sewer rental charges. So this sewer rental charges also will be levied on this industries because their affiliate is going to be treated in this municipal sewage treatment plant. So this sewer rental charges also will be levied based upon the quality as well as the quantity of the wastewater that has been supplied to that of the municipal sewage plants. And apart from this, it is our mandatory thing to measure the domestic as well as industrial waste qualities, because the domestic waste is wastewater which is constituted of the municipal treatment plant, and industrial waste is industrial effluent. So we have to measure what is the characteristics of both this wastewaters in terms of pH, stability, BOD, COD and other toxic substances or harmful substances in case of your industrial waste. And apart from this, we should also determine the sanitary characteristics of the waste. So because the sanitary waste also will be combined with that of your industrial waste, so we have to find out that characteristics of the sanitary waste, and the experimental treatment of this waste should be done so that we will be able to go with that of your pilot plant scale study, and then it will be going for your further treatment process. And we have to establish what is the effects of the waste on receiving stream once if it is after treatment, either it has to be disposed of to the land or to that of the stream. So in that case, what is the effects of the waste on the receiving stream has also been discussed. And also we have to calculate what is the existing discharge and what is the allowable discharge. So in case of a sewage treatment plant, it will be already existing. In that case, what is the discharge that is given from that and what is the allowable discharge? All those things if we are able to study, we will be able to know in what proportion the industrial waste can be sent to this of your sewage treatment plant for your joint treatment. And what is the recommendations based on stream analysis, because the stream is ultimate point where we are going to dispose, not in all cases, but if it is a case if we are going to dispose in case of stream, In that case, based upon the stream analysis, we will be discussing about, we'll finalize about this effluent characteristics that is coming from that of a joint treatment plant. So once this effluent characteristics of joint treatment plant is been finalized, then we will be able to know what is the influent characteristics and what is the degree of treatment that has to be given in this joint treatment. So what are the other factors for consideration is, what is the chances of reuse of this industrial effluent for industrial process water, because as I already said, disposing of your steam alone is not a ultimate disposal method. We have the other methods also, and one of this method is to find out what are the other reusing options we can make use of it, so that this industrial effluent, which is not having harmful and toxic substances and which is devoid of your organic loading also, that is almost it's of pure, it can be sent to the industrial process water, okay, like for boiling or other any other process water, it can be used for washing purposes. So those things we should find out what are the opportunities we have with that, and what are the nearby industries which will be able to receive this water for its process water. Those opportunities we should be able to study, and we should find out the various ways to reuse it up. And what are the planning for future expansion, because whenever we decide any treatment plant, we should always estimate for near to 50 years or 100 years. Why? Because there are chances of increasing the residential area, so automatically the municipal wastewater will also be increased, or there are the chances of increase in the industry, so in that case also there are having more joining venture also, it can be possible. So in that case we should have enough space as well as enough facilities for the expansion in the future. So that has to be find out. And what are the number of plants required? So at present it may be the number of plants required, it will be depends upon the quality as well as the quantity of your domestic wastewater as well as of industrial wastewater. But after 10 years or after 20 years, this number of plants it should be increased. In that case, so what is the number of plants and what is the individual units it has to be required for each plant? Everything we have to decide it up. And what is the shares of this treatment cost? Because who is going to share this treatment cost? Is it the municipality or with it of the industry, or the combination of this? Because the municipality can get some funds for the construction. So while the treatment cost or the operating cost can be bared by the industries, and a portion of the capital cost can also be bared by the industry. So those things it has to be decided. And what are the factors we have to consider while we are selecting the site for the treatment plant? That should also be taken into consideration while we go for this joint treatment. So what are the factors we have to consider during a site selection? First one is this such treatment plant, that is a joint treatment plant, it should be close enough to the present outfall so that it is easy for disposal. And very specifically, it must be far away from residential areas, and it should be low enough in elevation, because and the pumping cost will be higher if we have higher elevation. So if this plant is located in higher elevation, because the industrial wastewater also has to be disposed of into this treatment plant. So we should ensure that it should be low in elevation, and we should ensure that near there is some water course, so that proper dilution and disposal also can be done. And this is easily, and this area it should be easily accessible by your trucks or something, so that the industrial effluent can be easily sent off. And provision for future expansion, that is also should be possible in the site, because if there is any residential areas nearby, we will not be able to expand it future. So we have to see all these possibilities, and apart from that we should check whether any nearby any industrial uses are there, so that the possible reuse of the effluent after this joint treatment plant that can be possible. Those things also we should be able to identify. And this municipal ordinance, I already said, it is a guidelines or regulations that has to be set up by the municipality for this joint treatment. So what are the things that will be included in this municipal ordinances? As like a manual, we'll be having the introduction, what is the need of this joint treatment, all those things, and what is the definition of terms, and what are the regulations if they are using the public sewers. That means if the industries are using the public sewers, what are the regulations that has to be followed. Otherwise, if these industries are using the private sewers for its disposal or treatment. In that case, what are the regulations that that particular industry has to follow, as well as what are the regulations and procedures for the construction of sewers. Those also has to be laid down by this municipal authorities, as well as what are the regulations in terms of quantity and quality of wastewater, both for the industrial wastewater as well as the domestic sewage. That should also be specified. Otherwise, there is always a leniency that industry will violate the rules and they will be able to discharge the quantity as well as quality as per their requirements. And apart from that, what are the other special regulations depending upon that particular environmental conditions or that locality, and what is the provisions for the power of inspectors, because those are the persons who are going to keenly monitor this joint treatment process as well as the influent and effluent characteristics. So in that case, what are the powers that has to be given to this inspectors? So those will also be mentioned in the municipal ordinance. And what is the penalty clause if that has not been followed, if the rules are not followed by the industrial? So what is the enforcement penalty clause? Why? Because some industries will never monitor, or it will not continuously monitor its wastewater quality as well as quantity. In that case, if it has been found that the industry is not up to the norms as per this what is specified by the municipal ordinance, in that case, what is the penalty that has to be levied on this industry? So that should also be maintained in the municipal ordinance. And what is the validity class? So how far this joint treatment is valid? Why? Because the industry may increase the number of units, or it may increase the other protection units also. So in that case, we should have always the validity, so that after that, once again, this joint treatment can be renewed or it can be rejected. So that is upon the quality as well as quantity of the wastewater that is coming from the industries. And finally, it has to be signatured by the concerned authorities, and it should be properly attested, so that this will be followed both by the municipality as well as for your industries for this treatment of your joint treatment of your wastewater. So if it is not properly done, if this joint treatment is not properly done, so it leads to some other problems in that of your sewage. So what are the problems that is associated with the inadequate sewer control is, one is the explosion and fire hazards, because as we know, the H2S is a harmful gas which has been formulated in that of your sewer, so which will be leads to the explosion also, and also some fire hazards. And apart from this, if this industrial waste is properly not given treatment, it will lead to sewer clogging, as well as it will be overloading the surface water. Sometimes physical damage to the sewers as well as the structural damage to sewage plants will also be occurred if this industrial waste consists of excessive acids or any other toxic materials or corrosive materials, as well as it will also interfere with that of the sewage treatment plant, because this industrial wastewater normally it will have bacteria and other organic loading rate, so which will be affecting this sewage treatment process. So that are the problems if we don't have the proper sewer control. So how do we levy this industrial charges, that is sewer rental charges for such industry is, one is based upon the property, that is what we are going to make it as a capital investment, and other one is special assessment charges, that is based upon what is the nature of the effluent that is given by the industry, and sewer rental charges, that is by monthly cases, what is the amount that has to be paid, so that effluent can be collected from that industry and it can be treated in that of the joint treatment plant. And what are the special contracts that is negotiated with that of the industry, so that should also be mentioned in this, and combination of any of these things can be made, so that the rental charges will be levied on this industry. If it is not proper guidelines are given, then there will be a dispute between the industry as well as the municipal authorities. So all these things has to be properly mentioned in that of the sewer ordinance, in the municipal ordinance, so that the industry will abide the rules, and this joint treatment will be a successful treatment. Okay guys, thank you.